I really need to do this video because I really am just gonna say this. You'll be treated like an outcast. You'll be presented as an outcast fan who really has a different opinion over others. And no, I will not slap myself in the face because you can't take my fucking bullshit opinion because I know that I'm right and you just don't fucking like it. It's a shame that when I call out the Rebirth a bunch of fucking fan service that you guys love to gobble shit up because you don't want to grow the fuck up on your nostalgia goggles. Yes, I would love to see the Mandarin and Iron Man fighting each other every fucking issue, every other fucking storyline. That is something I would crave for. But either then, I commend Marvel for fucking not catering to me because I will be holding the book back and the company back because I have to cater people. And for starters, why mostly every other comic book company is better than DC? Because you cater to fucking people and they don't want to fucking do interesting ideas because the fucking fan base is a fucking shield and gullible piece of shit fucking asshole fans that don't want to grow the fuck up. That want to be catered. That doesn't want new ideas and going forward. This is a fucking piece of shit fan base that accepted the awful trash catering fan service up your ass to the 10th fucking degree on Superman. In my eyes, that's not Superman. Anyone that loves that fucking book is a gullible fan. Anyone that accepted and was all in on replacing the New 52 Superman just because they wanted to see that particular Superman to come back. You would have to be a gullible fan. Hell, half the Rebirth books was fucking catering Detective Comics, especially Superman books. Both of them. Titans. The Nightwing book. Almost all of them were practically catering. The books that were actually worth a shit, fucking good. Green Arrow. Yours truly, Justice League of America. Fucking Tom King's Batman run, and the Green Lanterns, and fucking all those books that were really good. No one actually cared. No one cared about them because either A, they were not catered to their own fucking fan service or bullshit agenda, or B, they got fucking ruined because some shithead writer wanted to fucking push his own fucking agenda. I'm mentioning you, fucking Wally. I'm mentioning you, fucking Superman. Oh, man. You know, this is why I hate DC fans a lot. This is why I always say, you know, I'm better off as a Marvel fan, an independent fan, than I am with a DC fan, because I get these fucking catering nostalgia fans that call themselves DC fans because they just want their fucking agenda. They can literally, and I mean literally, just be open mind on interesting concepts and going forward. And if the book sucked, the book sucked. They can't have that. Bitch, dude, you will fucking never hear the end of it. I remember the New 52 was never ending fucking bitching and whining and complaining. And I feel like DC just gave in to their fucking shitheads. Once you give a mouse a cookie, he's gonna give a glass of milk. That is the hardcore truth about these DC fans. And, you know, I'm better off as a Marvel fan. I'm better off as a fucking independent fan. At least with them, they take risk and don't give a fuck about what the consumer base says because they want to put out their book, they want to put out their story, and they want to rate their book what they would pick up as a fan. That's just how it goes. Or they just want to tell this interesting story. Whichever. I mean, you have these fucking DC fans bitch about a fucking graphic novel that no one's gonna give two shits about. You see, this is what I deal with every day. This is what I deal with every time I hear some DC news, some looking forward to it, and all that shit. And, you know, this is why I really am excited for a majority of fucking DC Future State, because it looks fucking better than half the shit than Rebirth was. I hate catering. I hate fucking fan service. You know, there are times that you could do fan service, and there are times that it's just fucking force an agenda that people want to fucking appeal. Nostalgia is very powerful, but if you overdo it and abused it, and it only sells just because these minority fans want to relive their childhood, you should be slapping yourself in the face, because you are not helping anything. You're only making things much lazier and not helping the fucking company. And that goes the same thing to Marvel, to DC, to Image, and Dark Horse, and IDW, especially IDW and Boom Studios, where they have the hottest properties on the 80s and the 90s. You have the Power Rangers, you have Transformers, you have G.I. Joe, you have all these toy properties that were big in the 90s and big in the 80s, that you're doing them in the comics. And you have to be very careful what you put, because you have to not overdo the nostalgia factor. And people who rely on the nostalgia factor, like Rebirth was doing, bringing people back what they grew up with during the time frame in the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s of certain characters like Tim Drake as Robin, you have fucking Wally, you have all these characters, you have Superman coming back, you have all this shit in this new era of DC Comics that they were just fucking blasting that shit like it's 10th degree, and I just look at it like, this book is only doing it for the nostalgia value, and that's why it's sold. That's why it was so successful. And I'm gonna say this once and I'll say it again. If you're doing it for the nostalgia, you don't have a right to be in this business. You don't. And DC fans can't take it. So that's why I'm always an outcast. That's why I always say I'm an outsider. I know my opinion's going to be different, and I know a lot of people are going to hate my opinion because I don't agree with you. I'm not joining your fucking bandwagon. I'm not fucking agreeing with you because I know it's fucking full of shit. And it's only targeted towards it because Marvel's killing them before Rebirth started. That is saying a lot. And, you get treated like an outcast, you go different companies. There's different ways to use the nostalgia, but still be fresh and new. IDW's doing that. Marvel's doing that to an extent. And I mean, to an extent, that's actually fucking good. I mean, hell, they took Eddie Brock as Venom to be very interesting. Very good. One of the best directions, I would say, for the character. They took a lot of interesting ideas for Transformers on IDW. I love that the fact that IDW made Transformers a lot better than the fucking cartoons. I'm actually, let's just say this, the cartoons are trash shows. They don't do the characters justice. The Power Rangers shows are fucking mediocre at best, or at decent good. They don't bring the level on the Boom Studios is doing. That is saying a lot. And when I see DC, all they do is just cater. All they just do is cater. And you know what? I'm looking forward to Future State. Because you know why? Because at least it's going to be something worth a shit. 2 months for fucking good books on DC. 2 months. I'm going to be eating that shit up like it's fucking dry. And also another thing, I will always blame Rebirth for the cause of Wally's fucking trash direction right now. They ruined Wally. And I don't give a fuck anyone says. They brought that character for the nostalgia reasons. And guess what? He got fucking ruined. Why introduce a character if the next piece of shit writer is gonna do him? Absolutely worthless. You're not even... What's that saying? Don't even bring him, because if you're gonna do that shit. The same goes to Superman. The worst direction ever fucking made. making him into an nostalgic character. And the only good thing about that fucking character was John Kent. Take John Kent away, what do you have? A fucking nostalgia book. Unbelievable. And hopefully the next writers after fucking Bendis does it better. Because if that's doesn't do anything, I'm out of here. The trash. It's trash. I would rather read the old shit than the new stuff. Because it doesn't bring you anything. It doesn't make you excited. I'm out of here. Just done. You're always going to be treated like an outsider. You're always going to be treated as an outsider because everyone's going to reject your opinion. Everyone's going to be saying you're wrong. Sure I am. When I'm being proven right, I know I'm saying the truth. But that's okay. I'm going to be laughing as hard as I can when they bitch and whine and complain. Hell, I'm already doing that with fucking Bendis. On people bitching about Bendis. Oh man, it's fucking comical gold mine. Your suffering is my entertainment. My entertainment.